Everyone, it's Mish here, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you come back. And for those of you who keep returning and supporting me, it really is so appreciated. I can't even tell you how much. But today we're going to be doing week 46 in the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this, it's a set of prompts, 52 prompts for each week of the year, and Margarete Miller, I guess, develops it, thinks about it, and then sells it in her Etsy shop or on her website, I think. So this is week 46. There are a number of us. I'm not sure in total how many, but if you wanted to find other people, you would just use the hashtag 2023 CWP and then the week. So it would be 46 for this week. Some people who consistently leave me comments and who I try to check out, as well as many others, include Barbie at Nellie and Ruth Designs, Debbie over at My Vagabond Style, Susan Gazaway, Lee over at Lee Creates, Cheryl at Inked Pulp, and there are quite a few more too. But I have this year been working in my Moleskine sketchbook. It's one that I got at a yard sale. It is very thin pages, so it doesn't stand up to really a mixed media. I have extended the spine, and then eventually I had to take out the back pages just because it was getting a wee bit too hefty. So if you haven't checked out the previous videos and that's something that you're interested in, you can find that in my playlist, which is Margarete Miller. And then this is the little bit that I've taken out and that we will be working in today. So the prompts today are stitching, real drawn or stamped, something with fins, a bit of green, a desert or dessert item, communication such as a radio or telephone, and bonus, an office supply. That just made me remember that I didn't get my I just got it. One of my prompts. So I'm just going to start, as I usually do, just by putting down some background papers. And I've tried to include papers that have a bit of green or a greeny hue to them, just to get some contrast and get the background started. I am just using my Elmer's glue. If you use too much, you can see it warps a little bit, but I'm okay with that for this kind of journal. So I'm just going to get, I went into my scrap bin and I pulled out some scrap papers, and just thought, well, let's start there and see what happens. So today is November the 11th. It's Remembrance Day today. It's a day to, I don't know, I'm too young to know about the war, but I sometimes think about, you know, those boys are men and women, I guess, not just boys, you know, out there in the cold fighting, and here I am kind of sitting in the warmth of my house. So I am remembering, I guess, is just the point. It started this morning. I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It started this morning. It was quite sunny and nice, which was nice in the living room. Chester, my cat, I was going to say my little cat, well, he's not little, but likes to sit in the living room window on the nice sunny days. Actually, he likes to sit in the window. I have like a little calyx unit from IKEA, and I've put a little fur sheepskin kind of thingy. It's only the 2x2. So I put that down for him, and the heater's there too, so tends to love that. Okay, so that's a bit of background. So then, something with fins. I was going through some of my magazines and some of my craft magazines because I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to go through and tear out anything that I might want to get back to or gives me inspiration. So I had a little pile, and it just so happened the something with fins. I was thinking, oh wow, like there's quite a few images here that I could have used, but I decided to go with her. And she's got her hand out there. Not exactly sure where we'll put that, because the other thing is an office supply, and many offices have tags for different. You can hear Chester now since I've said his name. So I think I'll put the tag down, because that kind of goes with like an office supply, because I want to get that down before I put her down. And I had this, it was with her, it was kind of like some seaweedy thing, and it has a little thingy there, but I kind of wanted to use that as well, but I'm not sure where. So I might get back to that. And then a bit of green, a dessert. So I'm going to use from my Happy Planner sticker pad. I think I'm going to use one of those cupcakes. So we'll get back to that. A communication such as a radio or a telephone. So one thing that's found in an office sometimes, but it's also part of a communication, would be a postcard. So it doesn't say kind of equipment or technology, it just says communication. And postcards are a great way to communicate. So I thought I had this little sticky label, so I thought I would add that to the collage, kind of up in that corner. And then something else that would be found in some offices, depending on what kind of office, would be a label or a form. So I had that. I'm not really sure what I want with this, though. I could put it right over to there and cut that piece off. Or I could just kind of collage it in the middle, kind of like that, and leave a little space there. I had another label too that I was kind of thinking to lay down to add a little bit more interest to the collage. I think I'll do it that way. I kind of like it there, but then if I put the labels on it, it's just going to be covered up. So I want to get this down here. We'll just move that out of the way. And I'm going to get that right in the corner. I've been working on some projects. So I've been off work yesterday and today, on my days off. So I set about to finish some. I've been doing some cards for seniors. So I've got those all done. I'm just waiting. I didn't realize I didn't have enough envelopes. So I've ordered some of them off Amazon, which will come probably tomorrow. Okay, so I think I'm good on this side. So I'm going to get this down. And then we'll work on the other side. So we'll get her. And doesn't she just look whimsical? Just love that little, I think this was advertisement for a set of stamps, craft stamps, Lavinia stamps. I don't think I have any of her stamps, but she does some very whimsical kind of stamps. Oh, that looks cute. So then I'm going to put, I'm not sure if I want that. I don't want this white border on here. So we're just going to cut that off. At all. So do any of you go to Remembrance Day ceremonies? I used to when I was younger. I was a cadet for a while. And there used to be, I was from a small community, about 40 minutes from Halifax, I guess, 35. And there was always a little gathering at the cenotaph, which there would be today too, to lay the wreaths down. But I thought I would stay home today and just, it's a little bit cool out. I think it's around 3 degrees maybe. Bobby's out working. He was told he had to work today, so he's gone to work. All right, so there's that side. So then for, so that's kind of a communication, I guess. But for, I guess it would fit communication and an office supply, although not so much these days, would be the little typewriter. Another office supply would be, you know, lined paper, a legal pad or a secretary pad. So I'm just wondering about, should I cut that off and just have that there, or leave that and try to crease it? Because I don't know. It's going to end up down in there. I could try to. Could always cut it off later if I didn't like it. So I'm just going to get that down. I'm not really going to tack the very top part yet, so that I can tuck a piece of paper in there if I want, like a part of this lined paper. And for me, there's something romantic maybe about a typewriter. I never really had one, but I always wanted one. So we don't want that to hang over the edge too much on that side. It'll get caught up. So we'll just bring it over here and tuck it in that crease there. Not really sure if that's going to work, but like I said, I can try to cut it off later. For sure. Let's see. Alright, I think I might need a little bit more glue there. Yeah, I always, I don't know, I've always wanted to write a novel. And when I was younger, I pictured myself on the typewriter typing away. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack. So then I thought about putting some lined paper in the typewriter. Okay, and then something else with fins is it kind of looks like there's a little gathering here for my little mermaid girl and her little finned friends. So I was thinking about something like that, because I was thinking that it could be a birthday party, and she has a cupcake cake. I wonder if will that stand out? I don't think that'll stand out. I think I need to put it on a piece of paper and put it down. And put it down. I got a bit of when I pulled it up, there's a little bit of the glossy paper underneath there. Yeah, that should be good. So it's a little birthday party, and she's offering a little bit of birthday cupcake. And it says, treat yourself. Why not? We only live once, I suppose. Although I have been trying to cut back. For sure. Alright, so let's see. How's that going to look? I'm going to just take off this little white border here because I think it will blend in better to the page if I just cut that off. And I picked the green one too, the little bit of green, just so that it kind of follows along with the general palette, color palette. Get the edge off there. So you guys working on some projects, or you just sitting there flipping through YouTube, seeing what's on, what's interesting? Okay, I think that'll work. So we'll get our dessert item, and she's holding it in our outstretched hand for her little fishy friends on this side. But I think I will get this piece of paper down, and then I want to put just a few more little labels that, again, you'd find possibly in an office. A little tag. I remember when I used to work in an office, I had tons of tags. Not sure if this is a sticker. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a sticker or not. I have a thing for any kind of paper, any kind of stationery. I'd get in the stationery cupboard and I'd just be looking in there for 20 minutes, trying to see what all was in the stationery cupboard. Some of my best things I remember when I was a kid. I was like 5 or 6. And for Christmas we'd get all kinds of games and toys. And then my mother always gave me like new crayons or markers, or and then there'd be, you know, toys, traditional toys. I remember I had a Fisher Price something or other. Fisher Price dollhouse? Yeah, the Fisher Price dollhouse, and my favorite things was the paper and markers. I'd just sit for hours and doodle and play with just play with the paper. Good friends of ours, this is when we lived in Chicago, south of Chicago, in Hanover Park. Good friends of ours, she was a teacher, so she'd have all kinds of resources, books and stuff like that. She was an elementary school teacher. I'm not exactly sure what grades that she taught. She's retired now, but so I used to love her Christmas presents. Okay, so we've got our little fishy birthday party, and they all want some of the sardine cake. So I was kind of thinking something like that might work out okay. So let's just get some of this down. Let's start at the top. Cover our tag a little bit there, but that's fine. And then I wanted that one kind of over top of the school, the school of fish there. And then he's saying, "Oh yes, please. I'll have a big piece." The other cake that is so yummy is the Dairy Queen cake. Wowzers, that's a good cake. I'm up for Dairy Queen most of the time. Okay, so we've got our little fishy guy down. All right, so where are we with this thing? So I was going to put something in the typewriter, like cut that off and just put like that they had typed, kind of funny that they typed handwriting, but I was going to put that there, but I don't think I will. The other thing that I did the other day, and I do it often, is I just print out different sayings on the computer with different font and stuff. And when I was hunting around for the prompts for this week, this fell to my hand. And I thought, oh, how appropriate. Because we're talking about communication and so live, create, and tell the story. So I thought that would kind of go down there. I liked that. And that's what we do when we journal and do our scrapbooking, tell our stories of when we were younger, whether it's verbal or written. So we can put that there, or we could put it kind of down there. I don't really know where I like it the best. I think maybe down there. I think it blends in either way, either position. But we'll get it down. I was sitting here, it's about almost 1 o'clock, I think, here. 1:30, 1 o'clock. So I was thinking about what I was going to do for supper. No, it doesn't go there. It's either going to go across the keyboard, like that, or it's going to go down. I'm going to put it down there. Yeah, so I was thinking about supper, and then I was thinking, okay, well, what do I have in the fridge? So I have a bunch of broccoli, and I have a cheese block. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a chicken, bacon, broccoli, pasta cheese bake. So that's what's going to be for supper. So if you need an inspiration, then maybe that might suit you. Okay, so I think that's coming together. I really didn't think I was going to be able to concentrate much this week. I've just had some stuff going on, and well, I wasn't even sure if I'd get this out. But your guys' thoughts and prayers have really helped me along. Okay, so a little something there maybe. So we need some stitching. So that's what in the beginning what I jumped up to get is some stamped stitchery. And then, but we have things with fins. We have green. We have a dessert item. We have communication, whether it's a typewriter or written communication, and we have an office supply, again, tags or the typewriter, and I like to stick my prompts in behind. So I'm just going to, I need to get a stamping block. Just hold on a second. All right, and what kind of stitchery do I want? I think I want that one there, the big, this one. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my tried and true ink pad. I'm going to have to get another ink pad because this one is so old, and by old I mean like maybe 8 years old. I keep re-inking with it, but the pad itself is made out of I don't know, it's not felt, but it's material, and it's starting to fray a bit, so sometimes I'm not getting a good image. So with this, I'm not trying to be exact, and by no means, but I just wanted to get a bit of stitchery down here, and there's bulk underneath here, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Oh, that's not bad. And then this side will be a bit easier because it's more flat. A little bit of stitchery there. And then a little bit up top, and maybe a little bit. When I was sitting here trying to get my images together, looking through stuff, and I have YouTube on, and I was listening to a couple of my friends, Barbie, and anyway, so then it went on to a movie. It just, the video I was watching, just flipped over to a movie, which just started, and I was like, oh, well, what's this? And it was The Stand, from, I don't know when The Stand was filmed. I think it was a TV adaptation, because it's quite long, with Gary Sinise and Rob Lowe and Molly Ringwald. And I remember when I was younger, I was probably like 14, 15 maybe, when Stephen King was like really, really popular back in the 80s. And I would read everything that he wrote. So I remember reading The Stand, but I didn't really remember the movie. So I was happy. So I've been sitting here watching it most of the morning, and it's something like, I'm trying to look here. It's like it's almost 6 hours long. So I've been watching it since about 6 o'clock this morning, and it's almost come to an end. So the other thing I want to do, which it's not quite it is an office supply in a way, but is a coffee stain, because most offices have coffee, and most offices have coffee stains on something at some point. At least I know mine did. So, and I love my little coffee stains. They make me happy. So I'm going to put a little coffee stain. I love my coffee. So I kind of thought I would do maybe like a little coffee stain over there, and then maybe just to hook into that little circle, because I like that. And then I was kind of thinking maybe I'll put an ink splotch. I don't want to get too carried away, but we're always dropping stuff, not necessarily ink these days, because although I still use a fountain pen, but I kind of thought a little splotch might bring the sides together a little bit. Okay, so I think that's it for now. So if you did like this, I'd love for you to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. And I hope you do have a good week. And this will come out tomorrow, November the 12th. And my next video is scheduled to go out on Wednesday. So it'd be great if you check those out. But bye for now.